Most of us like to take on tasks. The idea of doing something that isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do, but accomplishing it itself, that idea of that, I think pushes us pretty well. For the most part, most IB kids, they have goals in mind, and they see that IB can be a tool to get there, and they utilize it even if it's challenging.
There's a term in biology called mutualistic symbiosis. It's used to describe when two different species maintain a long-term interaction that benefits both. And although students and faculty may be the same species, sometimes it does feel like they walk very different life paths. In a little nest within Hillside, the IB program, there's a sense of genuine connection between staff and students. A connection that nurtures, inspires, and helps positively change all individuals involved. From the IB director, Miss McCoy, to IB chemistry students Josephus and Elijah. There is no better place at Hillside than in the IB program that this symbiosis flourishes.
They are very open about expressing their ideas, which I love. I find it refreshing. And if they have some knowledge that they can use, they love it. They'll love using that intelligence to explain things. And it's nice. It's gratifying to see them grow in their knowledge and be able to talk.
For the IB students in chemistry, Monday morning blues dissipate quickly. No one loves coming back from the weekend, but these students know that there's much engaging work to be done. Under the supervision of IB chemistry teacher Miss Amir, students explore a wide range of topics. But don't expect these students to always be serious. They're playful, taking jabs at one another, using the space Miss Amir has created in IB chemistry to have a good time while they learn. In just this classroom, it's clear students and teachers are striving for success together. Miss Amir is kind and understanding, providing a wide array of activities outside of just lecturing to keep her students interested in the topics, and her students respond with enthusiasm. There's in-class participation, student-led discussions, and team activities. While it may seem that these activities are just for the students' education, Ms. Amir also gains valuable insights on her teaching skills and forges meaningful relationships with each one of her students. But for students Elijah and Josephus, IB chemistry is just one chapter in one long story.
Nobody in IB does anything that they don't want to do. And when they do things they want to do, they really they go hard at it. They don't take it for granted.
As the final bell rings and students slowly empty out of the hallways of Hillside, you can still find Josephus on campus. Maybe you'll hear him as he works with band teacher Miss Haskins one-on-one to fine-tune his tuba pieces for college applications. Or you might just see him conditioning under Coach Green for the upcoming baseball season. As he focuses on hitting every note and training his stamina, it's clear this IB student does not take what he has for granted. In another part of Durham, Elijah makes his way to the Emily K. Center. Here, he works with his peers along with other academic counselors to fill out college applications. In the 2-hour window he has here every Wednesday, he quietly yet intently works on the applications he needs to do. While Elijah and Josephus do spend large portions of their time doing different things, they share one thing in common: band. From the far distance, you can begin to hear them and the entire orchestra warming up. While both students share a love for laughter and fun, when Ms. Haskin rallies the band together to begin formal practice, they become intent and focused on performing their best. On the weekends, you can find both Elijah and Josephus performing at local competitions and shows, such as the grand reopening of a Durham McDonald's. And it's clear their hard work in the band room pays off. They're nonchalant, composed, and put together a great show. But that shouldn't be a surprise for IB students. These are students driven to be the best, who take the advice, mentorship, and relationships provided by Hillside and beyond to push themselves towards success and a bright future. IB is not just about how many notable chemists a student can memorize or being able to solve chemical equations. It's the willingness to take the resources provided for you, the time, love, and energy of your parents, mentors, and support system, and create something much, much more than that.
Earlier how Hillside's more like a family. We care for each other and we kind of take into account each other's if someone's going through something at that time, or they lose a family member, or if something's going on, we kind of remember that it's the whole child. We kind of bring in the whole child, remember They might didn't do well on this test because they were having an issue at home. I like the fact that IB allows us and our teachers and our staff, and administrators, and the students, they're so ready to learn and eager to learn that it just makes it so much easier to be here and to do this.
There is an African proverb that goes, "It takes a village to raise a child." And as we watch these students shoot for success beyond the walls of Hillside, it's clear each student has his or her own village. It's hard to find an IB student not involved in several extracurriculars. They're scattered like stars all throughout Hillside. From their peers to their teachers, coaches, and parents, every student has found their village. The IB story isn't one about an individual. It's about a relationship between a student and his village, her village, a perfect symbiosis.